Hello, Internet. I am Dr. Arcade, and this is Kaiserreich. Last time, I gave you a brief rundown of the game, enough information that I hope you'll be able to understand what I'm doing here. Now our story officially begins. I need to turn that off. You can see, you can change policy through here. I usually prefer to do this through events. I think the narrative's more authentic that way. It's silly, I know, but hey, it's my game, and that's how I like to run it. So, let's do this. And developer credits. We got our Kaiserreich team on the shoulders of giants, blah blah blah. Yeah, issue currency. I don't do that. Alright! This is a news bulletin. You can see totalism is announced to the world. After Oswald Mosley's meeting with other leftist leaders, it has been agreed that Marxism, Sorelianism, and National Syndicalism all share basic principles of state-controlled economics, the total involvement of the state in internal affairs, and the importance of the state in preserving socialism. This belief in totalitarian socialism has been abbreviated to totalism. For this reason, the leaders of the factions present have all signed a document entitled the Totalist Charter. Available in all appropriate languages, William Foster applauded the initiative and expressed his support for totalism. Changes national descent by +1, which means revolts are more likely to break out, dang it. Ready? More syndicalist madness! It shall never happen here, says the box. Going. See, most of the early games just waiting around for stuff to happen. Don't worry, stick with me, and I promise you, things will get much more exciting. Mafia escalation. The power of the Mafia is increasing. These criminals are getting out of control. National scent changed by +1%. Criminal Mafia escalation in the United States event for another nation. It's a big problem. On February 9th, 1936, Vice President Curtis recovers. Many in America feared the worst when Vice President Charles Curtis, presumptive Republican nominee to succeed President Hoover, suffered a heart attack earlier in the morning. The White House finally announced that the Vice President was slowly recovering. If Curtis could be the first Vice President, of Native American ancestry, his poor health seems to be a dark omen for the end of the Hoover administration. Let's hope he will have a good running mate. The Battle of the Overpass. In Detroit, Michigan, automotive capital of the world, leaders of the United Auto Workers, Walter Reuther and Richard Frankenstein, called a general strike against the Ford Motor Company and began which they called unionism, not Fordism, demanding higher pay and less hours. At 2 p.m. today, a photographer from the Detroit Free Press asked to take a photo of the leaders of the UAW, standing on the overpass with a Ford sign in the background. While they were posing, 40 men with batons from the Ford Service Department Internal Security Force came from behind and began to beat them. The group then beat up some of the beret-wearing women arriving to pass out leaflets. This will hurt us more than it hurt the Unionists. The national assent changed by +1. A lot of these early American events, all they do is increase your dissent by 1% each time they happen. Anyway, also on February 12th, world premiere of Modern Times. The premiere of Charlie Chapman's new movie, Modern Times, is attended in New York by personalities such as Jack Reed, Marco Privé, and Philip Snowden, especially coming to the USA. This comedy film, featuring Chaplin's famous Little Tramp character, is seen as anti-capitalist and anti-foreign in favor of the combined syndicates of America. After a few days, it is censored by the federal government, judged as too provocative a few months before the election. So bad. It was so funny. wish you'd quit reminding me of that game. Ah, quit it! One of our ministers has died. Our nation mourns as one of our ministers passed away. Even now, our nation and the minister's office have to move onward. A new minister has to be put in office. Mr. Robert D. Chapin is no longer available. Okay. And you see, I think I kind of have to explain the ministers thing. Here in the diplomacy screen, you can see the current ministers that your nation has. For example, in my United States of America head of state is Herbert Hoover, who for some reason is still president in 1936 in this timeline, apparently. Other personalities include my head of government, Charles Curtis, foreign minister, Henry L. Steinson, yeah, that guy, you get the idea. And since it is now the 1st of March, I believe I will stop this video for fear of reaching my YouTube limit. Join us again next week when we continue waiting around for exciting stuff to happen while I read news bulletins of exciting stuff happening.